列車が前の駅を出発しました。
Sila berada di tempat duduk anda dan pasangkan tali keledar sehingga tanda isyarat tersebut dipadamkan.
ke runway kanan di atas, pastikan barangan Anda telah diambil. Anda
Policarp. Next time, background juga.
Sama. 822.
Or you can keep your key.
Wisma.
Okay, what's different about it?
This yourself. This yourself.
Yeah.
This inform you. We also have extension lounge downstairs. Is more cooler and more quiet. With like quiet space. Please try to stand. Ada susu nggak?
飞往台北的乘客们。
On the left, by the window. Hello. Hi. O genki desu ka? Hi, dozo. Hello, how are you? Oh, different. Just like me and my brother. We also two different people. Hi, dozo. Hello.
Mine is over there.
How are you? Dinyalakan semula. Penggunaan tandas adalah dilarang dan minuman panas tidak akan disajikan. Nikmati sistem hiburan dalam penerbangan kami yang membolehkan anda. Sa, arigatou gozaimashita, mazaimashou. Sayonara.
Yes. Because I welcome all.
The emergency exit areas are bulky areas must be made clear of obstructions. Be careful when opening. And remember, if you are traveling with a child who needs your assistance,
You put it on someone else.
upon arrival. Also, passengers carrying seafood products and livestock products are required to make a declaration.
셔머벨트 21번에서 찾으실 수 있습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.
함께 해주신 손님 여러분 고맙습니다. 우리 비행기는 목적지에 도착했습니다. 비행기가 완전히 멈추고 좌석 벨트 필스등이 꺼질 때까지 자리에 앉아서 기다려 주십시오. 선반을 여실 때는 안에 있는 물건이 떨어질 수 있으니 주의하시기 바랍니다.